2026 is the year that debt is going to stop controlling my life. So today we're going to focus on a complete mind shift and a simple plan that anyone can follow. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to control your debt or eliminate it altogether in 2026. So my wake-up call for debt actually came to me about 20 years ago. So I realized I needed to get a handle on it really quickly. So I ended up reading a book that a friend had given us, my husband and I, called The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. We both read the book, fell in love with the whole concept of getting rid of debt. And then what we did was we actually signed up for Dave Ramsey's program. It's called Financial Peace University. So my husband and I both signed up for Dave Ramsey's program called Financial Peace University. I don't know how much it is now. I think at the time it was like $100, and you could go through the program as many times as you wanted. You actually can buy tapes and all kinds of things. I'm actually not, affiliated with Dave Ramsey in any way, but it really was something that changed my life. My husband and I took on a whole new way of looking at debt, and it changed our life. So I have recently been on a weight loss journey, and I've lost 73 pounds. I'm on my way. I still have like another 40 pounds to lose. So that's my goal in 2026, to continue losing weight and get down to a healthy weight. But you know what? I find a lot of people are actually stuck in debt just the way they're stuck in their weight. So if you're interested in seeing how I've lost this weight, I'm going to link a playlist above, and the name of that channel that I have is called Homestead Patch, and it's a guide to healthy living. And please check it out if you're also looking to start a New Year's resolution to lose weight as well. So the very first thing that you have to do when attacking your debt is to be aware of what you have. You would be surprised how many people don't have any idea how much debt they have. So that would be cars, houses, credit cards, student loans, all kinds of personal loans. Maybe you have to other people, a second mortgage on your home. You need to make a list of everything that you have, include the interest rates, include the balances, and include the minimum payments, so that you know what you have going out the door every single month. You can't beat what you don't face. So please take a minute and write those things down. If you need to pause the video and come back, we'll start from there. So there's two different ways that you can attack debt. One is called the snowball method, and the other is called the avalanche. I love both of those. Now, my husband and I did the snowball method, and it's simply this. It's just like a snowball. You start with the smallest little snowball first. So if you have a list of 10 credit cards, and one of them you owe $100, and the last one you owe $25,000, you take the smallest credit card first, pay it off as quick as you can, and then the money that you would be putting towards paying that card off, you put towards the second in line. So the second smallest credit card, you'd work on paying that off till you get all the way to your biggest debt, and then you've got more money that you can attack that big debt with. That worked really good for us. We started off with tiny little credit cards, and not only did we pay them off, we eliminated them altogether. So the second method is called the avalanche method. And some people really find this motivating as well. So you take the credit card or the loan or whatever kind of debt you have that has the highest interest rate, and pay that off first. So if that means you start with a bigger credit card or a bigger loan, do that. But I found for me, my personal situation, I really like the snowball method. Now you look at your debts, you look at the things that you have, and that's why I said also, along with the minimum payment and the balance, check out your interest rate as well. Because if you're paying 35, 38, 40% on a credit card, and you really aren't even hitting the minimum balance every month, that might be the card you need to start with first. Step 3 is find extra money. And you know what? You can do it. You can do it. I know you can do it. So there's many ways to find extra money. The first and easiest way to do it is to cut expenses. I mean, one of the biggest bills that I had every single month as far as expenses 20 years ago was groceries. I spent a fortune on groceries, and I just wasn't thinking. A lot of it was prepared food, snacks, cookies, this and that, all kinds of silly things. And I made it a goal initially just to cut my grocery bill by $100. Then I focused on cut it in half. Can you cut it in half? Then I actually cut it down to 3/4 of what it was when I started. That extra money I took and I applied to credit cards. Now, if you're already scrimping and saving and you have your grocery list down to, what it possibly is the smallest amount you can pay, look for ways to consolidate your cell phones. There's all kinds of plans out there now that you can have a reduced cell phone charge, maybe get rid of your online TV, your streaming channels, things like that. Look at ways you can carpool with other people to work. If you have a car that's a big old gas guzzler, consider selling it. Maybe get something that gets better gas mileage or, is just a better fit for you that way. I mean, many years ago, I went ahead and sold my big car and I bought a little tiny Prius C. I made it a goal to pay that car off in 1 year, and I did it. And you know what? I still drive that car today. It's a 2012. But I'll tell you what, my car gets 53 miles to the gallon. It's a Toyota, and say what you like, but my car never breaks down. I service it, I change the oil, I rotate the tires. That is the most dependable car I've ever owned, and it's almost free to drive it as far as gas goes. I can go everywhere on that little thing. So think of things outside the box and cut your expenses. The second thing is sell unused items. There's all kinds of ways that you can sell things. eBay, OfferUp, Craigslist, tons of ways you can do that. Not only are you reducing clutter, but you're finding ways to get extra money that you can pay down your debt. And third, and I did this myself, is look for a side hustle that you can do, maybe around your job, around your family. Doesn't even mean you need to go out of the house. There's things you can do online now. Maybe consider a YouTube channel. So side hustles are another great way to bring in income to get going on paying off that debt. Step 4 is my 2026 rules, and I have a huge list of them. First thing is no new debt, no new car payments, no new credit cards, no new big purchases. We're going to put those off for 1 year. 1 year. So that we can go ahead and pay off existing debt. The second thing is cash or debit cards only. We're also not going to add any extra money onto our existing credit cards. When you get that credit card paid off, honestly, if you don't need it, cut it up. You really don't need credit cards unless you just want to keep one for an emergency and lock it into your desk, something like that. The 24-hour wait method. So anything you do want to go buy that's over $100, give it 24 hours. And you know what? I bet you in 3/4 of the time, you're going to opt not to make that purchase. Start a small emergency fund. You know what? You'll stop having emergencies if you have a fund to take care of expenses. You won't be putting them on your credit card. Dave Ramsey says that to start an emergency fund, you need about $1,000. So if that means that you need to sell items, do all these different things, get $1,000 in the bank, leave it there. That's going to be there for an emergency. What do I do when I want to quit? Oh my gosh, June will be here. We're in January right now. My resolutions are really strong, but 6, 8, 9 months into this, oh my gosh, what about Christmas next year? You know what? Acknowledge it's going to get hard. and plan for it. Prepare for it. Let yourself know you're on a tight budget because in 2026, you're either reducing or eliminating your debt, and there's no way around it. There's going to be times it's not going to be comfortable. This isn't about your comfort this year. This is about getting comfortable next year. Remember your why: freedom, peace. I retired early. Oh my gosh, have I ever had fun? And a lot of that was giving up. It's like an opportunity cost. It's kind of like going to college. It's like going to school or learning a new trade. You're giving up something for a short period of time for a better situation in the long run. And lastly, track your progress. You know what? If you're seeing small wins along the way or big wins, track your progress. That can be a huge motivator. So if you want 2026 to be a really big debt-free year, you're going to have to put some work into this. And I hope you'll join me. Look at some of these steps. Take some time. This isn't as hard as it seems. It's just a matter of putting some things in place and following through with your plan. You can do this. If I can do it, anybody can do it. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to start. So thanks for watching today. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.